Yo, Elliott! Yo, so today we've got a question from a bro who wants to know, yo, Elliott, I want to raise a big family and homestead with my wife. She wants to be a public figure and save the world. Great question, bro. And before I answer that, if you're brand new here, you ought to know that I'm Elliott Hulse, strongman strength coach. I've been making men strong here on YouTube since 2007. And you just stumbled upon my wisdom channel where I answer questions that you send in and I give you an opinion. And if you'd like to hear my opinion, drop a question down below and I'll make you a video. So we got a question from a guy who wants to know, yo, Elliott, I'm 26 years old. I just got married, started my own marketing company. Me and my wife are both conscious music artists and have recently gone viral for singing our wedding vows to each other. He says, how do I navigate me and my wife both being public figures and still maintain our privacy and deep intimacy? I know she's here on a mission to awaken the masses as well, he says. But I also see the need for her not to have to fight the battles as I do. As I navigate fame and fortune and publicity, what is the best way to protect my wife and my family, especially with my wife as a public figure as well? Well, great question, bro. And it's definitely a hot button topic, very sensitive issue. And I'm gonna do my best to tread lightly, but I speak bluntly. And so I'm gonna open up with my opinion, bro. And so I am not a fan of having my wife be a public figure. I don't want my wife in the public eye. Not that she can't be seen. My wife has an Instagram, and on her Instagram, you know what you're gonna see? You're gonna see a bunch of pictures of her and me and our kids. But my wife, and any woman that I would imagine a good man would want, is a woman that wants to save the world, yes. Awaken the masses, yes. But by actually using her superpower to do so. We've sort of got it twisted in terms of intersexual dynamics and feminism in our world these days. And we got a culture where women thinks that it's their place to go and slay dragons out in the world, thus forgetting the thing that makes them most powerful of all. And that is raising children, making babies. If your wife wants to have the greatest impact in the world, it's going to be from the inside. And it's going to be something that only she can do. You can go out there and you can do all the awakening of the masses and slaying dragons all day long because that's what a man is designed to do. You work outwards. Women work inwards. Men go out, women go in. And you know this is true because all you have to do is look at the genitals, dude. Look at the genitals. What does a man's genital do? It rises up like that sword and it goes out and it seeks a place to blow shit up. What does a woman's genital does? It takes something in and it grows it quietly and privately on the inside. We are built like what we are, and our best use as men and women comes from our function. Our best function, our form determines our function. And the form of a man is the one that goes out and he slays the dragon and he brings it back. But he brings it back so the woman can grow it and make something whole on the inside. So right now, you guys are still kind of young, but I'm warning you about this because I've seen it happen time and time again. She wants to be out there slaying dragons and awakening the world with conscious shit. That's cool. You want to have a big-ass family. She may agree to that because her biology just says yes, and she probably loves you very much and wants to spawn your kids. I like that word spawn. I know, being rough. She wants your kids. But when the babies come, if she hasn't prioritized the family, she's going to have postpartum depression. This is what ends up happening to these women who have to literally destroy the ego that they built for so many years, going to college and building careers and being CEOs and strong independent women and awakening the world. And then when they receive the seed and start growing babies on the inside, there's a whole shift that goes on in their mind and in their life. And if their ego isn't prepared for it, they end up being depressed. Or even worse, when the baby comes, they want to get out there as quick as possible. I'm thinking of one guy in particular. He's got a very big YouTube channel. He's a public figure. And he married one of these chicks. She's, big yogi, and she's out there like spreading love or whatever the fuck she thinks she's doing. And he had a baby. They got married. He had a baby with her. Baby came. A few months later, she needs to get back out there and save the world. Forgets about the fucking kid. Now they're divorced. I think he's raising the kid by himself. I'm not sure, but he probably should because she's nuts. And so the whole point is that if she's not prepared to let that go and dissolve that ego and then become what only she could be and do it to the best way possible, then you're gonna have a lot of problems. You're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle with her. She's gonna struggle, and the family's not gonna do really well if she thinks she needs to be a superstar. But I think we've also, as a culture, forgotten the value of motherhood. Feminism is against women. Feminism is against the family. Feminism destroys families because it tells women that they're not good enough and they need to go and do the things that men are doing instead. And so, my opinion, bro, is as quickly as you could possibly make it happen, which could be like right now, start making babies. If you're contracepting right now, here's another thing, bro. The reason why contraception is such a sin is because it shifts the dynamics in relationship with men and women. And if she's on any kind of like chemical birth control, she don't even know who the hell she is. You don't know who she is. She's like, a guy who's on hormones like TRT and he comes off, he's a totally different man. A man who's been taking TRT for 15 years, if he comes off, he's not going to be the same guy. And it's the same thing. Women take birth control pills and they, we kind of take it for granted, but it's like screwing their hormones. And when they come off the pill, this woman might not even be attracted to you anymore. This happens all the time. Because when a woman is on a birth control pill, she has more oxytocin. Her body thinks she's pregnant. And so she wants like safety and security. She comes off that and then like her hormones start changing. She wants a man who's a little bit more alpha. And so a lot of these women, they come off of birth control pills after they get married and then they realize, man, I don't even like this man. Even the way that like she receives your smell will change. Because her, smell is our oldest faculty, deeply tied to our hormones. And if she comes off the pill and she comes back to life, and she smells you and she's like, oh, this man is not I'm not really attracted to his pheromones, it's gonna cause a lot of problems. Get her off, if she's on chemical birth control pills, get her off the pills as soon as fucking possible. And stop contracepting, right? You're already married. Make some fucking babies, unless you're not boning. If you guys are living, like brother and sister, if you guys have decided to be celibate until you're making babies, or if you're actually trying, great. But if you're contracepting, it feminizes men and it masculinizes women because it turns sex into sport for women, right? Because they're just trying to get their rocks off also, rather than it being something very intimate. Now, the word intimate, of course, is always intimate, but something like much more profound, meaning like, we could make a baby. Like every time you blow your load in your wife, like you could make a baby. Like you're open to life. Like this is much more than just you and I enjoying ourselves or being intimate or having good feelings with one another, right? Which is nice. It's a life-affirming activity. That's what sex really is. And so if you want to have a rightly ordered marriage, I'm just giving you some tips. And it's not because I got my shit together. I've made a lot of mistakes. And boy, I tell you, I wish I could go back. But you're a young man. You're newly married. And I'm just giving you my fucking opinion. That's all it is. Stop contracepting. Start making babies. Let her true power unfold. A woman's power is on the inside. Women's beauty and superpower is in their capacity to take whatever we bring them, either our essence or the money that we make while we're slaying, and turn it into something beautiful and better than we ever could do. But if she's out there with you, and a lot of these women, a lot of times they compete with their men while they're out there. I'm waking up more souls than you. You see this with these like pastor couples. These women are very masculine and not very nurturing, and the children and the family suffers. So I think I may have said enough on that, bro. My opinion is I don't want my wife to be a public woman. I want her at home, raising babies, and those children then become the world changers if she does her job right. Done.